This is Brother Ron, and welcome to We All Be News Radio and TV, the news-free Dixie for the 21st century.
Let me ask you this, because you brought a good point. Like, I got to get your take on the Suge Knight thing. They say he plea bargained for 28 years in prison without a trial.
Well, you know what his problem was?
Very good.
Too many serious prior convictions he was out on parole for.
Okay. So that bail was ridiculous. They said $25 million at one point for bail.
Well, yeah, he can put up a lot of money, so they wanted to make sure if he put it up, he wasn't willing to drop it. I've encountered him.
Okay.
And I will recount my encounter.
Yes, sir.
There was a brother that was a great chef out in L.A. He cooked for the Clinton White House a lot. And he had a upscale but small restaurant over on, well, I won't give the street, but it was near the Beverly Center in L.A., in Beverly Hills.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, or just outside Beverly Hills in West LA. And I used to patronize the place a lot. And Suge Knight came in there one day acting a complete damn fool.
Mm.
And the chef is a big brother. I mean, he's a big brother.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no cause for what Knight was doing up in there. I won't get into it, but there was no call for that.
Mm-hmm.
And homeboy had to literally throw him out physically.
Wow.
He was threatening to do everybody in the place and all this other nonsense. And it's like, oh. So I'm sitting there with my bodyguard. We were just sitting tight like, is this fool saying what we think he's saying? You know.
Wow.
But anyway, I won't go into it, but he needs to, he's got too much of that girl shit in him, but he can't control his emotions.
Mm.
You know, I don't care how much money you got. At some point, even if you're white, your fool index gets so high that you get to be a nuisance and an embarrassment. There are all kinds of things going on. Like, for example, somebody I ran afoul of embezzled $12.5 million from some celebrities and athletes, including $1.25 million from me.
Wow.
Well, Camilla Harris was the DA for Los Angeles at the time. She managed to drag her feet when she was in there for 3 years on top of the 2 that had already been going. So it was 5 years after they caught this chick that they prosecuted her. And she was supposed to make a restitution of $25,000 to all the victims. Not much on the dollar.
Mm-hmm.
And the sentence was what shall we say? She got 5 years with 4.5 years suspended to do 6 months. So she sat on a bench outside of the women's jail known as Sybil Brand for 8.5 hours. They told her to go home, and that was the service of her sentence for embezzling $12.5 million.
Wow.
Well, she hooked up with Suge Knight, and Suge, one of his girlfriends. And she had a little racket she was running to cover up her embezzlements. And what she was doing was deliberately planting stuff around people's houses and causing scenes so the client she had that she was embezzling would run into problems with his wife, and she would file for divorce, and in the confusion, all of her wrongdoing would be covered up. So she had a situation that was really crazy. There was a football player that had a big restaurant, upscale restaurant. He wound up selling it, fortunately, for a lot of money before some problems caused it to go down. And his wife had an upscale boutique right in the middle of Beverly Hills.
Mm-hmm.
So she winds up causing this big mess and allegedly induces the wife to go sleep with somebody to get revenge against her husband, who she was misled into believing was being unfaithful to her. And then what happens is one of Suge Knight's girlfriends finds out about this intrusion because the character she's going to do it with is Suge Knight. He happened to be out. So somehow or another, her boutique got machine gunned one evening in Beverly Hills.
Wow.
So, I mean, it was some real gangster stuff going on. But, you know, I'm not feeling for it.
So the stuff that I'm not even looking at weighs in on it. Like he killed the guy Terry Carter, right? He ran him over and ran over the other guy, Clay Sloan. But Clay admitted that they attacked him first, so it would have been self-defense, but because he Suge Knight and with all that baggage, they don't throw the book at him.
No, it is not self-defense if the attack stops.
Okay.
That becomes vengeance.
But you don't think he was in fear of his life, though? You know, he had a big truck.
No, the way that went down is they did it, but then he came back on them.
Okay.
If you stand in there, that's one thing. If you leave and come back, that's another.
He actually came back and tried to, get revenge. You're saying like he didn't, that wasn't.
Yeah, that's what the theory was. So,
but you seen the video though, the tape, whatever they have available? Have you watched the tape?
No, I haven't.
It's like he's trying to get away. I don't know, but I mean, at the end of the day, he was a marked man. Like you say, he made choices that were not always the best choices in his best interest. And
yeah, well, we get to looking at these movies and see we don't realize that that's fake Hollywood crap.
Mm-hmm.
Now we feel like we can get away with any damn thing, so we keep doing it, and it's like it catches up with you.